All right! Have we got a show for you? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Free Beer with Charlie. Glad to see you all. My name's Big Al, and this is Charlie.
Hey, how's our free beer community doing? We hope you've had a good week. Another crazy week. How was Big Al?
You know, it was a crazy week, but I'm glad it's over.
Oh, thank you.
And we're looking at a crazy beer tonight.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get started on that.
No.
So Charlie, what do you think about cats?
You know, I've never really been a cat person, but...
Have you ever put cats and beer together?
I would have never thought so.
That doesn't sound right, does it? But tonight, that's what we're looking at. Cat beer.
Yeah.
Fresh cat squeezing.
How do you juice a cat?
Yeah, well, you juice a cat every day.
Hey, that's true.
Let's hear about your cat story.
Oh no, Big Al just asked Charlie to tell a story.
Oh gosh, it's been almost 14 years ago now.
I hope the story doesn't take 14 years.
Winter, and at my father-in-law's place, there was this little cat.
Oh.
He sounds cute.
Who, the father-in-law?
It had to be a newborn kitten, and it was so small.
Aren't most newborns small?
And
so the mama cat was gone or something?
Yeah, it was gone. Somehow it got abandoned, but it was on the corner of the house.
And you had a big heart. You got all...
Well, it wasn't really me.
Oh, okay.
My wife attests that I don't have a head.
What do you think cats are for?
I always thought they were for sighting in guns.
He used to have a cat named Target.
I wonder what happened to it.
Our country, so lots of wild cats to keep the mice down, and
sure.
You know, they got out of hand. What'd you do?
Took a few out.
He should have shot the mice.
But anyway, so this cat had been there 3 days, and by then I couldn't even take it. My wife and daughter, of course, they take it in the house, and you know what happens once you feed it and give it milk?
Now it's yours.
It's done.
Yeah.
Well, we took it to the vet to try to do the right thing. Well, it was so small and so malnutrition that...
Did he mean malnourished?
I don't know, I dozed off.
Anyway, long story short...
Uh-oh, buckle up.
We have this cat, and me not being the cat person, well, guess what happens? When I'm coming home from work, it sits in the window and waits for me.
Sounds like a stalker.
15-year-old cat. And so when I come near a countertop table, it jumps up on it and it'll sit there and paw at me, and makes my daughter and wife furious because, you know, they love cats and all that. And I'm like,
it doesn't pay them any attention.
No, it just, and I won't tell you what their name for it is now because it's not very nice.
Oh, okay.
It's just bad kitty. That's what we'll say.
Yeah. So whatever happened to the cat?
Well, about 2 years ago now, it just...
Oh no, we have 2 years to go.
It's a good, healthy cat, not a big cat, but we just noticed that it's just like over time, all of a sudden, it's just real skinny. Well, long story short, we take...
Don't two short stories make a long?
Have a thyroid issue. So now we get to juice our cat twice a day. So now this darn cat that we found, that we saved, now we're keeping alive by giving it shots twice a day.
It's all hopped up on thyroid medicine.
You know, about $50 a month to keep this cat alive, and so it's really trying my patience.
So no good deed goes unpunished.
That's right.
So here's the cat beer we've been talking about. This is called Cat Cafe.
And it's actually coming out of the Old Bakery Beer Company, coming out of Alton, Illinois.
Yeah, now that started back in 2015.
Yeah, and what's cool about this, and what we love about our craft brewers, is when these guys decided to start a brewery, they said, you know, let's look for a facility. And guess what they found?
They found an old bread factory. Actually, a colonial bread factory. Now, that used to be a pretty big bread company.
Yeah.
My uncle worked there for decades. He worked his way up from being the guy in the van that delivered to grocery stores all the way up into upper management.
And what they've tried to do with their brewing company is they're a certified organic beer company.
I wonder what that takes to become certified, and think of the extra work of everything being organic.
Yeah. Being organic, everything they get is local. Everything they do is local. They process, they do everything local. And everything, even from waste, they put back in the community, whether it's feed for livestock locally, which then they buy beef from that company to serve burgers in their cafe. And so once again, we got to give kudos out to the craft breweries, because what's it all come down to?
It comes down to community.
Yep, and with community comes, they have the third Thursday of every month, they have a give back to the community. They do a local charity event where every month it's different, but 25% of all beer sales on that third Thursday goes to a local charity.
Yeah, that's worthwhile. That's
Yeah,
a good thing.
and what better way to bring the community together and have a beer?
Yeah, exactly.
And we love it.
So Charlie, do we know what's in this beer?
Yeah, Big Al, we do. We've got Munich malt, pale malt, chocolate malt, roasted barley malt, and black malt, as well as Magnum hops, Fugal hops, and American ale yeast.
So Charlie, let's get started.
Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Wow.
I didn't know there was so many kinds of cats.
I didn't either. Man, look at the blue eyes on those. But there's a lot of cats on there.
Yeah.
I believe somebody is a official cat lover.
Yes, exactly. Now, this is like 5.5%, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of beer is this?
This is actually a coffee milk stout.
Coffee milk.
Yeah.
That
Sounds
good.
creamy.
Yeah.
So we're anxious to try this one. I mean, this is, if you're a cat lover, I mean, the can alone is worthwhile.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there are some pretty amazing looking cats on here.
Interesting.
It's like Big Al said, I didn't know there's so many varieties of cats.
I didn't know that.
My gosh.
I never got the idea of mixing a cat and beer.
No.
That's a different theme.
I mean, where are we going to go from here? Maybe
As
some
long as it
pugs?
doesn't. Yeah.
Pugs in beer?
Yeah. Well, we had Ugly Pug.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could remember. It was coming out of Texas, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of cool, though.
As long as it doesn't taste like a litter box.
No, let's hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
Or smell like. Oh, I hope it doesn't smell like a cat litter box.
I guess we'll find out.
Let's do it.
Let's crack it and see what we got.
Okay. And you know what I love about the craft brewers?
16 ounces.
16 ounces again. Oh yeah.
That can be a good thing. It can be a
Bad thing. It's either not enough or way too much. Oh wow.
Ooh. Ah.
Ooh. Ah. Man, look at the color of that.
That is a dark one. You know, it's foaming up almost like a nitrogen.
Yeah, it is. It's got, well, not a lot of head, but it is like a nitrogen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what do you think on the smell of that one?
You know, I think that's probably it too.
Yeah,
It's a more pronounced, nice.
it's definitely a strong but sweet coffee flavor. I've told our coffee story before about growing up. My dad was a coffee drinker, and that smell, that aroma.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Let's try a swig of it.
All right. Interesting.
Very. It is creamy.
It's creamy and it's unique. It has a different. Is that maltiness that's coming through?
Yeah.
I do taste the little coffee.
It's a slight coffee though. I mean,
Yeah.
for as dark as it is.
It smells more coffee than it tastes.
Yeah. And normally, a lot of these coffee milk stouts we've had, it's predominant the coffee,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
one's not. It's definitely a mild coffee.
Very nice.
So what do you think on the taste of that?
Bitter to sweet?
Bittersweet.
It's I thought it was going to be more bitter than it is.
Yeah.
It's probably just a 1.
Yeah. If we've ever had a coffee or a stout, this is probably got the best balance. I mean, it's
They're
not.
usually either pretty bitter or they've sweetened them so much that they're a sipper that you
Yeah.
can't really.
And this one it's not bad. It's definitely. Well, let's talk about categories.
Yeah.
I'd say this is definitely complex.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's got a lot of ingredients, got a lot of different malts in it.
Definitely
You
a
can
lot.
tell that. Would you say this is a sipper?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, typically our sippers are higher alcohol by volume, but I
Yeah.
think this one's
Or
got
very sweet.
Or very sweet,
Yeah.
yes. They're almost to that extreme. They're either one extreme or the other.
You
They're
just can't guzzle 'em.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
guzzle them. And this one,
It's really neither one of those. It's not high alcohol.
no. And it's not overly sweet, but I think it's kind of that in between where this after a good meal, a good cookout, this would be fun sitting around with friends to have a good sample of, just to sip on.
I
you
couldn't
know.
guzzle it though. It's too strong. It's
Yes.
too. The flavor's too.
And
pronounced.
it's a hard one to explain because from a stout, it's not too bitter and it's not too coffee, but it's a heavy beer. If that
It is
makes
a heavy
sense.
beer. That's a good point. I think the main thing that comes through for me is all those malts. I think that's what's making it
And
harder to drink. It's not that easy of a drinker.
no,
What would you say overall?
I'd say I'm going to have to say a 3.
Yeah.
I really, on our scale, it's a good beer. It's got good notes to it, but I don't think there's no wow to it.
No real wow factor.
No, not at all.
And it's not like thirst quenching or
No.
refreshing like that way.
No, it's one of those beers to me that I'm thirsty drinking it. It's got enough heaviness to it that I want something more
Something
to drink.
to wash it down.
Yeah, exactly.
And basically, if you're not into cats, you're probably not going to pick this
Yeah,
up.
probably not. It's for the cat lovers out there. We love our kitties. It's great for that.
Yeah.
The can's great. Put it on your shelf.
There you go. Hey, I actually tried
I drank
this.
with some cats.
Yeah.
But Big Al,
Charlie?
here's to God, guns, and rock and roll.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, not a bad beer.
No, good beer. Just I'm not gonna.
No, it's the best.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go buy a 12 pack of it or anything.
Yeah.
But still,
Something worth trying.
yeah, definitely worth trying.
Well, we're glad you stopped by and visited us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, I'm Big Al.
I'm Charlie.
Till next time. So what do you think about cats?
I've never really been a cat person.
Yeah. So today's theme is cats. Okay.
It was the coldest winter of the year. Coldest winter of the year.
Coldest winter. There's usually only one winter a year. But so this would be the coldest. So it's kind of like they were trying to make you spend all that time coming up with a nice beer and you get real close
Yeah.
and then you stop.
And you go, the boss is going, we need to start beer by 3 o'clock.
But it's 2:30.
We can put cats on the label.
Yeah, slap some cats on the label.
Everyone loves cats.
It'll be great.
They'll buy it. It'll be great.
And we did.
And
We bought
look,
it. Here we are.
we bought it.
I'm not saying it's terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
It's kind of like a bad Guinness.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
A
Miguel.
Guinness that didn't quite, this didn't pass quality control.
Right. It's like that one barrel that just happened to get thrown out the back, and
Yeah.
all of us looking for a handout. After going,
Oh,
there's a keg of beer. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's too funny.